All right.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Hopefully everything is good, maybe, but howdy. This will maybe go on YouTube, probably.
Hopefully. For posterity, maybe a little prosperity.
The inevitable prosperity of Peter the Great. Why isn't this turning on?
So I think it's already on.
Well, my bad. Yeah, see, we're off to a great
You picked
start.
T.
I don't know. You already know how it goes here.
All right, well, how much you playing to?
Yeah, well, you said 10.
Yeah, we want to do this the official way since it's just the two of us.
We'll do the official rules for you.
We'll do it for real.
Shoutouts to all of the local Puyo gamers who ducked today.
Man, I didn't even pre-reg until this morning, so they have no excuse. It's like, oh, I'm scared of Tim. Nah, you got no excuse.
Well,
Woody gets an excuse because he's a dad now.
Yeah, literal fatherly figure. Humberto claims he's washed. Braven, I know, still can do what he does in this game.
I already fumbled, so we're off to a wonderful start. So see what I mean? People are like, oh, I'm scared of Tip. I mess up too. Come play.
Yeah.
So slow.
Well, because
Why are you so bad at this?
No, I didn't want to do it. Oh, actually, that's fine. I'm already slowing down here, but this will be okay, maybe. The problem is... See,
you stop
already.
What if I do one?
Frick. I can barely think. Shoutouts to Beer for the Meeples.
Shoutouts to Beer.
Shoutouts to Beer. I forgot where I was going with that. Yeah.
No, there you go. Just end of statement. Shoutouts to Beer.
Oh, frick.
How do I want to do this? I have a couple
I
options
kind of
here.
just want this to go away. Oh, thanks.
I could have done that a little better.
Well, I'm freaking dead.
Not yet.
Can we not?
Now you are. Now you are. If I was a little more careful.
I went out of order with those inputs.
It was a misinput?
Yeah, it was a misinput. See, we can have Johns at locals when we're not playing Smash. It's fine.
Yeah.
But this is okay. I have beaten Tim before, and the secret is to keep it quick and simple.
And you perfectly covered up my combo, so correct.
Exactly. I have not grinded this game as much as I should, but there are some fundamental concepts that, thanks to Tim, I have been able to slowly grasp. The problem mainly is in the execution of those concepts, which naturally, with like anything in life, your execution improves with practice.
In other words, expect to see hot Puyo discourse on your Twitter soon, because this game sucks because it's actually about execution and just putting in the thing, and we need simple mode Puyo.
Well, that's even funnier because that semi-relates to recent fighting game discourse.
Also, here's a 5 combo.
Yeah, thanks, bro. I'm freaking...
Even though you covered my stuff, perish.
That relates to recent fighting game discourse.
Yeah, we had all that happen again.
No inputs, or no motion inputs stuff, which... The main reason I really don't care about all that discourse is because, as you would figure, for someone like me, I more so am interested in the decision-making of fighting games. Yes, you can debate that when things are easier, you may not have to think about them as much, but the main point is that you're still rewarding the choice to do that thing and not have an extra execution barrier for doing the correct thing in that moment, right?
In other words, Puyo Tetris sucks because I can't L-cancel my drops.
Is that basically the, like, Smash translation of it? Actually, that does kind of sound like what people say when it comes to Melee and, oh, I need my L canceling. Which, to be fair, if some of you have watched my recent streams with the homie Kwangida, he did point out that there's technically slight nuance to L canceling that usually gets ignored. Like, for example, apparently I didn't know that L canceling locks you out of teching.
Yep.
So that does add a little bit of nuance when you wouldn't frick. Dog, chill.
Don't wanna.
Ow! I'm clutch though. Oh, but this is bro. Wow, I am actually kind of cracked at this game. Oh, frick, but I'm dead.
I'm glad I got that T-spin off in the middle of that. It's just, alright, all I have to do is survive Puyo with my almost empty board.
Was that necessary, by the way?
Yes.
What was the score?
It was 2-0.
Oh, yeah, I'll put it in a second.
You, of all people, should know how much you can't afford to hold back against anyone in this region.
Yes, frick. Well, I missed my one chance to survive.
I did it.
But yeah, I mean, as you would figure too, I've always considered Melee to have execution bloat, but the fact there's at least a little bit of nuance to L canceling, you can make that argument for execution-related things having their purpose.
I think it was one of the Ludosity guys, it might have even been the community guy said it, but I think his stance on it was best of, in specifically Melee, L canceling is a very rewarding mechanic of an already intensive game that also has its own little bit of extra goodie in that it helps as a part of a somewhat balancing factor for some of the really high APM characters because it forces the extra APM barrier on them, and it has it has a little bit of nuance and charm in a game that's already defined by being really input intensive.
Yeah.
And so it's pretty cool there. Basically, no other game should have it.
Yeah.
There is next to no other game that has the excuses that Melee has to warrant, oh yeah, so we put an L canceling.
Well,
no.
Even that excuse can be debatable because I'm still in the school of thought that it hasn't happened yet, but we've seen it approach that direction where technically the execution barrier can be overcome.
Yeah. But then you're cheating and using a cheater controller.
Exactly. We're not in 20XX yet, but it could still happen.
If your hands are still functioning, clearly you're cheating.
Yeah. Pardon me for wanting to preserve what I have left of my wrists. But I don't know. This is why I've always said that. Oh, frick. See, I took too long. This is bad.
Yep.
This is why I've always said no matter the game, Smash or not, balancing around execution is a slippery slope that you really just shouldn't bother with. Because all it takes is someone to overcome the execution barrier and, what, you're just going to keep making excuses? Oh, well,
ooh, word for fun.
It's hard. Oh, frick. Wait.
You're autopiloting something crazy while you're making this point.
Wait. Oh, well, we have the same thing, so yeah, I guess I missed the all-clear, frick. Basically, execution barriers can always be overcome, and then at that point, you just start making excuses, like, oh, this broken thing is okay because it's hard. But where do you draw the line with that? There's a certain point where you can't keep making excuses. You're just going to have a broken game that you justify with, silly stuff just because it takes slightly more effort.
I think that you can have execution be a part of balance, because a lot of people will try to go really extreme with it and just be like, yeah, so everything should be easy. And it's like, well, no, you can have hard things to do too.
Yeah.
But I think it's, again, a part. You can have certain characters that give a payoff for the higher execution that does give them a benefit, but it's not so strong a benefit that, okay, this character is just innately better, you just gotta not suck.
You covered literally everything.
And I had a nice little bonus with the T-spin set up and everything on Tetris set up too.
Okay, yeah, you're going way too fast.
Because that was the whole discussion for Kazuya when he was put in Smash, is a lot of people were like, well, he's hard. And it's like, but you can just get good.
Yeah.
If the character's strength and weakness is just, oh, he has a combo, but it's a little hard to do, you can just get better with it. And it's ironically kind of funny, because Kazuya nowadays isn't even the threat anymore.
Really?
Yeah, it's Luigi.
The frick?
Because Luigi can do the same thing Kazuya does with less intensive inputs, better recovery, and a little more like disadvantage options.
Oh.
At the trade-off of having slightly like not as oppressive ground buttons.
So another episode of the FGC finding out later how good something is. I shouldn't have done that soon. Maybe. I don't know. Well, oh, yeah, you had yours queued up too.
Yep.
Frick.
Like literally almost overnight, Kazuya's results have basically disappeared from top-level Smash, and there are like 4 different Luigis.
Well, as in because the Kazuyas are playing Luigi instead?
The Kazuyas aren't winning anything.
Oh.
Kazuyas are getting eliminated because that character has weaknesses, like his disadvantage state sucks, and he can be edge-guarded pretty harshly by a good chunk of the really good characters.
Oh.
And he plays heavily grounded. He's a heavyweight with no good disadvantage option. So then you play Luigi, who has an absurdly high jump with up B, so you cannot two-frame him, just ever. He can delay that as long as he wants and just take as long as he wants to then just instantly shoot to ledge. He has misfire, which if he gets can take him back from anywhere, as well as kill you from the other side of stage. I have been killed by misfire as Rob from the other side of Smashville at 70. I am a heavyweight.
Feeling.
I had one game where it happened all 3 stocks. I got them off stage, I went to go edge guard them because it's Luigi, that's his supposed weakness.
Yeah.
I get misfired, I die, and he makes it back.
Yeah, like how you say it's supposed, because that, even actually, no matter what Smash game, I mean, except Melee, because it's literally random. On that table, I think that's where I put it. No matter which Smash game, that's always an inherent threat with Luigi. It's just the one time you try to edge guard him, it could just go horribly wrong.
And they're like, oh, just go edge guard him. He doesn't have great like air speed. You can just go hit him. And I'm like, all right, let me go hit him. Oh wait, he dropped immediately down, and my character can't go that far down.
Did I sync it? I don't know. If you plug it into that PS5 and let it light up orange, it won't interrupt it. And also, this is a local with like 0 stakes. Don't know.
Homeboy plays hard.
Don't care.
We play hard everywhere. We don't get no breaks. You fight every match like it's for your life.
What's that blue lock meme?
Have you ever played with 586 on the line?
Oh my gosh.
That's slowly becoming one of my new favorite images, next to the person who tries hard can never beat that people edit. That was from, I don't think it was Blue Lock, it was like something else. But that's one of my favorite images too. And it's just because my character's in it. Someone who works hard could never beat someone who plays Rob.
Oh, that's so relatable. Ah, frick. Oh, this sucks.
That was the intention.
Brother.
I intended for it to suck.
Were you setting up a bunch of...
I do a T-spin that I then follow up with 2s and 3s into a combo, so that long enough those 2s and 3s start becoming 3s and 4s.
Huh? No. I haven't installed... Because I have the PS4 disc.
My opponent is being distracted mid-match.
Not intentionally, no. I had the PS4 disc when it released, but I think there's a free PS5 upgrade, right? But does that work if you have a PS4 disc? Oh, then yeah, I should do that at some point. I'm not sure what the best... also, I'm not looking at what's coming next. Yeah, I'm autopiloting. Frick. Oh.
And I think my autopilot is superior to yours.
That is correct.
So just, your autopilot's cool. What if I did too? I'm down with this. I need another blue. There's the other blue. And just in time for it to be covered. Okay, what can I do with this?
Oh, that did... Well, that did not work out very well.
Okay, I can make this work still.
Brother, that was literally everything that I had to work with.
I got a couple things to work with. I just have to dig them out because I had to use them unoptimally, that's my advice for the day for everyone who watches this and plays is it's okay if you have to trigger a combo unoptimally just so you can finish it.
I did all that digging for you to do a Tetris?
Yeah. And then I did my own little combo after too to help negate some of it.
Dang, I'm kind of sick though.
You are. You're fighting real good.
Frick. Why do you keep covering everything?
Oh, I could have done that better. That'd be your other lesson is if you can do better, make sure to make your notes. Even winners can learn.
Writing things down is an important part of retaining information.
I wouldn't go that far. I'll write nothing down.
Well, not literally writing things down, but making notes in some way is one of the various ways you can literally tell your brain that this information is somewhat important. I should keep it in.
There is a difference in how your brain remembers things you read versus like things you write.
Oh,
there's been studies done on that.
That's part of why I've liked focusing on learning fundamental things with just games in general. Like, yes, everyone has been saying I should be grinding Sam Show right now. That is true, but that's why I've had a lot of fun. Working on just basic fundamentals across games.
I was gonna say, because I feel like with your experience with Sam Show, there isn't a lot of like game-specific stuff you have left to learn. It feels like it's a lot of general things that would just come down to beating the player in front of you, and you can practice that in any game.
Exactly. It's just fundamental concepts of decisions. And
exactly.
That's also why I've really liked learning about learning. Frick.
That's part of why I show Puyo still. This is still a game about looking ahead and reading the board state and like a lot of planning stuff. You can counterplay people in this game too.
Yeah. That's why I try to encourage people not to like be scared of it being swapped. Like, oh,
I'm bad at Puyo because I'm allergic to Japan.
Right? But
Sega killed my dog.
Some fundamental concepts still apply, and either way, you can play to your strength.
Yep. At the very least, if you just use Puyo as a second health bar to take Tetris damage on, you can set up a big enough thing in Tetris and still just win.
Yeah. We've seen it happen.
We've seen it happen. It's happened to me. I'm the person who's supposed to be like the super sweat lord who always wins. No.
But that's the beauty of learning and recognizing fundamental concepts. Nice too, but I don't even know what to do with what I have here.
Let me take a look at your board real quick.
This is kind of weird.
You're gonna have to take the hit anyways, but with that red, you can put that there and start trying to clear up to the garbage immediately. That's probably your best bet with how much you've taken. With that said, here's a T-spin to add more.
Wow! See, that's part of the problem with today. You were getting the T-spins off today.
I've had to refresh myself on them because I've been sloppy. I've been going for just Tetrises, and it's like, well, against people like Woody and Braven who actually like grinded their speed a bit, I can't afford to just go for those. I need the faster damage.
Makes sense.
So I was like, all right, let me refresh that. That was my goal for the day. I had one opponent to play with for it.
Well, I'm glad you got to work on it a little bit.
Woody, I hope your kid is great. I've seen the pictures. It's wonderful. I'm very happy for you. But at the same time, you punk. The wife wants me to play Smash.
Yeah, actually,
I can't say anything about the wife.
Shout outs to Woody. That's interesting. Imagine having your wife go, no, you don't get to play Puyo Tetris today. You need to go play Smash. That's why Woody's not here.
Yeah, because he went.
Because he went to Summer Bomb. He's perplexed. His wife told him to go play Smash instead of Puyo.
I wonder if she looked at the entrance and was like, "You're the only one in Puyo. Go to the other thing."
I mean, family-wise, that makes logical sense, but it's just funny to think about.
For his kid.
Yeah, exactly. He's got a mouth to feed.
Yeah, I mean, unless I give him $20 for no reason, which could also happen.
There's so many things wrong with this scenario that I don't know.
Yeah, he was perplexed.
Truth is stranger than fiction.
Also, Dan, we don't have rolls. We have rolls in permanent banner. Gone to any of those summer thoughts?
I probably should do those, maybe. Well, or I should wait. I don't know.
I was gonna pull a single on the banner, and I looked and I pressed the button, and they said you need 160 of whatever this is.
No, yeah, I literally don't have anything.
I was like, oh damn.
This actually might be a pretty short day. My mom and my brother are already out of the tournament.
Oh, wait. Well, dang.
They had a rough one.
Whoever's watching on YouTube, thanks for watching. Click stuff.
Yeah.